Hello, and welcome to the 259th edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert. We're going to have another world-class beer. Today, which I've been so patiently waiting for, we're going to be having the Trappistes Rochefort Tripel. Okay, this is their newest beer, and when they first came out with it, I guess probably around the beginning of the pandemic, they only brewed it and sold it overseas, so we did not get it in the United States. So recently, they've started shipping it to the United States, so I wanted to grab one as soon as I could to try it out. Because Trappistes Rochefort is not only, it's an absolutely outstanding beer, and I have this beautiful Trappistes Rochefort glass to put it in, but this is supposed to be a really nice triple, okay? So let's go ahead and pour it, and we'll talk about it, okay? The beer rates 93 out of 100, making it a outstanding beer, and it is rated the number 8 triple in the world, okay? And Trappistes Rochefort is a Trappist brewery, so one of only, 10 in the world? But look at that beautiful, like orange, kind of hazy color that you get there with the absolute perfect white fluffy head on there. Just an actual picture perfect beer. So let's go ahead and smell this and talk about this, okay? Now, just so you know, I say they released this beer. This beer was originally made in 1920, so this is like the 100th anniversary of them originally making this beer. Again, in I think 1950, if I remember, they re-released it, but they never carried it until they released it again in 2020. Okay, so this beer is a 100-year-old recipe that they've been using. The monks have been using there. So let's go ahead and talk about the smell. So you get the classic Belgian yeast smell. You get the like bready yet fruity scent on there. So I think we're in for just an absolute taste treat myself. The beer, they actually, even though they say triple on the bottle, it was originally released, I believe, as what they called an extra blonde, which I believe extra blonde and triple kind of go hand in hand. It's just a higher ABV blonde, if you will. So let's go ahead. The smell is so inviting. Yeah, you're definitely getting that bready, fruity concoction with the Belgian yeast in there. So let's go ahead and waste no time. Let's dig into this treat here. Now that is good. You know, it is a delicious triple. And the funny thing, it's a little bit hoppier than most triples. Not quite as fruity. A lot of triples come across, somewhat fruity. This one is a little bit more crisp. And I love it. I mean, it's absolutely delicious. I mean, it's just different than the typical triple that I drink. The carbonation, spectacular. Almost like a champagne, if you will. Absolutely delicious beer. I'm glad I finally got to try it. I mean, I was looking for this when it came out. I remember seeing it and I rushed out to the store and I started looking at all the stores going, what, where is it? And then I kind of did a little bit more research and I found out they weren't going to ship it to the United States for a while, which I was a little bit bummed out. But, you know, with patience, everything comes. And I finally got to have this outstanding beer and I'm really happy that I did. Trappistes Rochefort, I mean, probably one of my favorite breweries. And they're the Trappistes Rochefort 10, one of my favorite beers. I also like the other ones that they make, but this one is going to go down as one that I love also. Not as much as the 10, I am not going to tell no lies. And probably not my favorite triple, because I do love a good triple. But it's very good. If I saw this on the menu out in a bar, I would have to get it because it's so delicious. I won't say that it's my favorite triple. I can think of a couple just off the top of my head that I would pick before this one, which is surprising because the 10 and I think it was the 8 are so phenomenal that I mean, if I see them on a menu, it's automatically going to get bought. This one, probably. So you get a taste of like, as far as the fruit goes, it's like an apple pear maybe that's in there that really makes it really phenomenal. But there are a little bit of hops in there. It's not overwhelming. You can still clearly taste the apple, the pear. You're getting all the flavors. It's just a little bit crisper than some of the triples I get. I mean, now if you get let's say a Westmalt, which is one of my favorites, it's got a little bit of that hops to it, very similar in that way. But then you get into some others like the Golden Drac, the triple for Golden Drac, and that was a little bit sweeter. But all triples are great. The St. Bernardus triple, which is another great one, it is a little bit crisper than others also. So it's kind of a mixed bag on triples. There's all kinds of different varieties. This is just going to be one that's a little bit more hoppy, but delicious nonetheless. So if you get a chance, make sure you try it. It's out in the U.S. markets now, finally. Check it out. It's definitely a taste treat, okay? Now, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having talking about great beer and drinking great beer. If you want any cool Beer Issues gear, like Beer Issues hats, t-shirts, phone cases, you name it, go to shop.beerissues.com. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.